Hey, this is Nick and Nikolai from Kinetic Camera, and we've got a great Black Friday deal for you.
All right, what we got today?
Today we have the waterproof, shockproof, freezeproof Fujifilm XP90.
Ooh, and I believe we have more than one color of that, right?
Yes, indeed we do. We've got the blue one, which is my favorite, of course. We've got lime green along with black.
We have dark gray and orange.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have yellow and black.
It's a veritable rainbow of XP90s. This is actually our best-selling camera here at Kinetic Camera, and for good reason. There's lots of great features on this camera, but not the least of which is the price. Okay,
Yes.
Normally it's not a very expensive camera, even though it does have very high-quality components. Normally it's $179. Right now, until November 26th, it's going to be $149. So you save $30 and you get to have a great camera that has lots of great features.
And I believe that's active now?
Yes, it
price?
is. So you can get it now all the way in, through the 26th. So right now, through the 26th, $149. It's really, it's a steal of a deal. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the XP90 and the various features. First off, like I said, it is completely waterproof down to 50 feet. And for our European friends, that is 15 meters. So you get that, you get waterproof, you get freeze-proof capability, meaning you can take it outside here in the winter. It's going to get pretty darn cold. Yeah, so this is freeze-proof down to 14 degrees Fahrenheit and -10 Celsius.
So if you're sledding or tubing or something like that, you accidentally drop the camera, it's going to be fine.
That's going to be totally fine. And if you drop it on the ice, well, it's shockproof.
And waterproof in case it falls in.
Exactly. So you don't really have to worry about this camera getting damaged, unless, of course, you were to, like, you know, throw it off a mountain or something like that. But you wouldn't do that, would you?
No,
you would not do that.
No.
You're a very careful person. I know
Very
you.
careful.
We know you. Anyway, so you've got a nice 3-inch LCD screen here on the back, so you can compose and view all of your pictures and videos. And speaking of videos, you get 1080p HD video, so very high quality video from a very tiny camera.
And there's also a dedicated video button on it, I believe.
Sure there is, right on top. And the shutter button is actually pretty easy to keep your finger on because it's got a nice textured surface. So even if your fingers are cold or wet, it's pretty easy to make sure you get your shot so you don't slip off the shutter button. One other thing I should show you here on the back, actually on the side, is the waterproof gasket here. Inside here is the battery chamber where you put your memory card, your USB and HDMI ports, and that's all sealed really tight with this nice big rubber gasket. And that's going to prevent any water or dust or any other contaminants from getting inside your camera.
Okay.
So when they say waterproof, it's definitely waterproof.
There's a 5x optical zoom on it.
Correct. It does have optical zoom, even though the lens doesn't extend out from the camera, because that would ruin the waterproofing, of course. You do have a 5x optical zoom, not a digital zoom. So that's an important distinction. Much higher quality.
And it's image stabilized.
That's right. It does have image stabilization. It's not built into the lens. It's because the sensor inside actually shifts around. So no matter which way your hands are moving, it's going to keep that sensor stabilized behind the lens.
Yes.
Which is a pretty cool feature in a camera that's this thin.
I'm trying to think of what else was on this. Time-lapse.
Time-lapse, thinking out loud on camera, are you?
I am.
It does have a time-lapse function, so that's pretty cool. It'll take shots at different intervals, and that way it'll stitch it all together into a movie, and you can have a nice time-lapse movie of whatever, the snow melting when springtime finally comes, sunsets.
And you can leave it outside.
What else? I don't know. Yes, and you can leave it outside.
You can it's waterproof and shockproof and weatherproof.
Yeah, so if you leave it out in the cold, as long as it's not you know, devoured by a bear, you'll be in good shape. So anyway, the Fujifilm XP90, waterproof, shockproof. See? It's totally fine.
It survives.
The Fujifilm XP90, shockproof, waterproof, freeze-proof,
stumble-proof,
and only $149 through the, November 26th, only at
Cometa.com.